So how are you all doing in chat? We apologize for the delay, but it wouldn't be an SG race if there wasn't some sort of technical delay hampering us.
Yeah, delays happen. Should be noted, this is the matchup between our 4 and 5 seed up in the winner's bracket. Winner will face an opponent yet to be determined.
Yep, but the same goes for the loser.
Yeah, they're both facing... they both have 35-minute PBs, so this should actually be a pretty good race. Ooh, even with these nice backup strats here, recovering during that impact drop.
Well, it's so far the races I've seen have shown us that it can be anybody's race right now. We have seen a surprising upset yesterday with Chelny losing his match. We almost saw an upset today with the earlier race. Wow, I am very bad. Actually, yeah, the earlier race between
I'll be honest, I was out and about most of the day too, so I didn't catch it.
I commentated that for an hour. I should. Venoxis and Square One, thank you. There was a very close race, up to the refights where both players were actually tied up together. So let's hope we get another exciting one right here.
Yeah, and this game, you know, the strats are very precise. The movement, if you want to go cleanly, you've got to really know what you're doing here. And you're seeing here Moo slowly pulling ahead through impact stage. Igor trying to keep up, mostly doing it, just missing a couple of jumps here and there, and it's already starting to show. And a nice Pickman digger from Moo. Igor is going to come in here for the final charge to open things up. Nice.
Yep. And we have a 2-second difference between Igor and Moo right now on the stream. I'm sure that'll be fixed in a bit. This is a very scary room that Moo is in right now. The payoff for the skips is tremendous, but if you mess it up, oh, that will not bode well for you.
Yeah, mistakes in this game are just always really punishing, and that one, of course, over a giant chasm, so good luck if you can't get it. You're jumping through spikes with like the very end of your iframes as well. Just really punishing. Good to see them both get through.
This game does love its spikes, as we will see over the course of the time. It loves its spikes. It loves its... Yeah, that's one. Hugging the spikes.
You are going to try and land on the very edge of those spikes, going for the spike jump. Not quite able to do it.
And Moo getting in the first boss, Impact Man. Let's see if he can get a skip. He should be able to, but you know, we never know how it goes.
Yep, looks like he has a setup. He's got to watch that power gear. Good job turning it off just to make sure he doesn't burn out. Skips the power gear phase for Impact Man.
Yeah, so Mega Man 11 is the first game that was not produced by Kenji Inafune. Another person took it over for him, and they introduced a double gear system where Mega Man is allowed a power gear and a speed gear option, which, you know, it saves up over time and you can use it. We won't see much of the speed gear, save for maybe one skip and a quick kill, but we'll have to see if that happens or not. The power gear, however, will be used a lot. We'll be seeing that. Yeah.
There's speed
gear. Nice little slide from Moo there.
You are exactly right, though. The speed gear, it is very helpful to get through a couple of tight gaps. It's useful to recover, but it also makes Mega Man move, I think, about half as fast in real time, so you don't really want to use it too much as a speedrunner. Igor working on it.
I think it's used in the Fuse Man stage to skip a few of those laser beams.
Yeah, there's a couple of... It's really... Just because the movement is so tight and so precise with its timing, the speed gear definitely can be used in small doses to make up the difference in a few spots if you're not perfect with that movement. Igor getting through without seeing Impact's power cycle as well. That's good. Yeah. Moo, though, is about halfway through Tundra, his second Robot Master.
He's just showing off his tutorial vids right now. He's not actually playing, he just put on YouTube. For those of you not aware, Moomoo has made a combination of all the currently known strats and tricks from Mega Man 11 in some very useful tutorial videos. I strongly recommend anyone interested in speedrunning to check out those videos. They're very informative.
And Moomoo already also showing off Impact's weapon. Kind of a air dash-like attack, going for that spike dash. Oh my goodness.
I have seen this tournament. I know it's supposed to be like that, and I still get jittery every time I see him landing so close to the spikes.
I mean, that just goes back towards what I was saying earlier. The movement really precise, but if you miss something, you will be punished with a death more often than not.
I think this is probably one of the most smooth and fluent Mega Man games in terms of gameplay. Like, not just the slide, but the air dash added, the utilization of all the weapons that you are given. It just makes for such a fast game, which you need because these levels are atrociously long for Mega Man games.
Moomoo with a very nice Tundra Man kill there. I think, going to what you said about this game being really smooth, it's the fast weapon switching and not having to pause all the time to even get to rush that really helps the movement of this game to be able to like just switch really fast. It's not like some of the SNES era Mega Man games where you're hitting L and R and you got to know, oh, I hit R 4 times to get this weapon, then I hit L once more to go to this other weapon that I need next. No, it's all on the right stick. If you know what the stage select layout is, you can just use the right stick and switch to whatever weapon you need.
Yeah, I think that is absolutely one of the better quality of life improvements, and I'm actually surprised it took them till the 11th game to make that a thing, considering we did have analog sticks in the PlayStation era, but, well, better late than ever, I guess.
It was really just Mega Man 8 in, I think that was like 1997 and 1998 when that game came out.
We had DualShock controllers back then.
Yeah. At that point, it was just amazing that we could have two special weapons on the screen at once.
that is, I can't argue with that. All right, Igor on Tundra Man right now.
Moomoo taking out that the spicy chicken in front of the Met campfire.
I blinked and it was over.
Igor just getting that power charge combo off. Ooh, Moomoo grabbed that W tank without using Tundra at all. Very nice. That is scary.
Moomoo's just showing off with that. He's like, hey, I don't need that. Using the tank.
It is not a major time loss, especially in a race setting, to just use Tundra and stop the firewall that's chasing you down from behind.
It's all about the swag, man. He has to, he has to get Chet excited. He's like, hey, if you follow me, this is what you're getting. Just advertising himself there. And speaking of advertising, be sure to give these runners a follow. They are very good. Yep, they are very good, consistent runners of this game. I can assure you, you will not be disappointed.
You were also using some strats here. Escaping that first firewall, dancing through all the platforms, which is not easy. Like, they're making it look easy, but one mistake in any of these sections and that wall's going to catch up to you. Moomoo taking down Torchman here. Unlike the rest of the stage, that is as easy as it looks. The hardest thing about that fight is probably making sure you don't hit his iframes.
And down goes the spicy chicken for Igor. So right now Moomoo is about half a stage ahead, mostly because of that unfortunate death that Igor took early on. Igor also taking it.
Gear.
Yeah. Igor also taking it without the Tundra. But he is cutting it a bit closer than Moomoo was.
Yeah, Igor, this goes back to what I was saying earlier too. Just use the speed gear a little bit to slow things down so he could get up there without using Tundra. Might be a net same amount of time to have used either strat. But either way, got the W tank, didn't take a death, that's good. Moo into the Blast Man adventure here, kind of showing off Torchman's weapon, which is this great just arc of fire up in the air, and using it to blow up these boxes. And right here you can kind of see some of the fast weapon switching to impact to torch, back to impact, to just kind of clear that whole section out.
Keep in mind, Mega Man is a peacekeeper. These are all weapons to maintain the peace. So don't be speeding when Mega Man's around. He will attain the peace and, well, yeah. He will set your car on fire. No speeding.
Mega Man only fights if he has to, so yeah, I mean, you're right.
Yep.
He will set your car on fire if need be. Moo working his way through this. Is he going to go for the rush coil strat? Ooh. It is very easy to bonk there when summoning rush there. You have to summon rush at the right spot. So good job saving. What does that really add up to? Probably 2 seconds, because climbing ladders is very slow in this game.
Oh wow, this is just...
And that vertical room too is just scary when you start intentionally blowing up some of those crates just to clear out space for rush coil. Moo basically an entire stage ahead at this point.
Yeah. It's kind of ironic how the boss fights are actually the easiest parts. It's just getting to them that's such a pain.
That sounds like a lot of Mega Man games, honestly. The weapons in this game, at least, are like, even if you're not getting the quick kill, the nice thing about Blast Man is Torchman's weapon, his weakness, is just works so well. Even if you're not doing the fastest possible kill, you shouldn't have too much difficulty. But there's a lot of time you can save. Just those quick kills add up, and you have to remember they apply twice when you get to the refights at the end. Spoilers.
There are refights in this game?
I know. I'm sorry if I spoiled that for anyone, but in fairness, it is a Mega Man game.
That is such an unusual concept for a Mega Man game. Refights, how dare they?
I know.
Next thing you're going to tell me is that Dr. Wily is the evil genius in this game.
I thought we just talked about spoilers.
Oh man. Well, that was...
sliding off a block there.
The slip and slide. Well, he did it at the start of the stage. So he literally did it at the start of the stage.
Yeah. The second pit of the stage, so not too much time lost. That's a bonus at least. This is the demo stage if you play the demo to this game that Moomoo's in right now. See if you can spot the differences. There aren't any. I guess I'm thinking of differences in strats from the demo.
I didn't even know there was a demo, actually. I was very late on the Mega Man news.
I believe the demo for this game gave you Impact and Fuse as the only weapons you could use besides Buster. It's Igor taking care of Blast Man as well. Good job.
I'm sure people seeing the Impact weapon made everyone giddy about it being a speedrun game.
Oh, it did.
Because let's face it, the Mega Man games were never really known. They have mobility, but this is like 0 levels of mobility from the X series, like the air jump, the air dash.
Oh, is Moomoo going to get out of this? I guess. Wow.
That was a close one.
That looked scary.
I think he wasn't sure about his ammo. That's why he used the tank right there.
That looked scripted almost, because I think he was out.
New strats. The new strats for this level, obviously.
Yeah. Having access to something that amounts to an air dash certainly does make the game faster. There's a lot of other, like you said, quality of life improvements that just make it flow better. It's definitely a faster pace than a lot of the older Mega Man.
If I have to be honest, this is a Mega Man game that is, difficulty aside, it looks and feels exactly like a Mega Man should feel like a Mega Man game. Like,
it really does.
Fluent. The switching is, like you said, it's flawless. You don't have to menu all the time.
Let's see if Moo gets this quick kill here, actually. This is a scripted setup here to try and get Blockman to get hit by that combo of bombs in the corner into this final charge, which skips like a 20 to 30-second power gear phase.
Yeah,
maybe even more.
I have to admit, the power phase looks amazing. It looks cool, but you never want to see it in a speedrun because it takes up so much time.
Yeah, he's got to like power up, get up in the ceiling. You don't want to see it.
Ooh, Igor getting close there. Dr. Light, he needs to work on renaming his weapons. Did he just really call that weapon the drop weapon?
The drop block?
The drop block?
I don't know. Maybe he did. Moo is...
He's getting old.
Hey, sometimes simple is the best. Moo is in Bounce Man stage. You're seeing a lot of like bouncy platforms in here, which really makes it hard to do any sort of efficient movement through sliding or a lot of other normal methods. And you're going to see Moo put on a clinic here. Just a combination of impact and rush and a few other things.
Oh, this level just takes an eternity. I've said it before in other races, but this level just has no end to it. Also, Chelny Frog. Get the Chelny Frogs out there.
I can only get out so many while I'm talking about this video game.
Yeah, blink and this game is over. It is so fast.
Igor also getting the blocking and quick kill. Almost missed that the whole thing happened. Very nice.
Yeah, this isn't a game where you can casually talk about all the different strats. I mean, even in MooMoo's tutorial videos, he has to show video 3 to 4 times in order to finish explaining what's happening in certain rooms. It is beyond fast.
Oh yeah, everything is just like so precisely done so far in this game.
Also, shout out to Canster for giving you the backup on the Chelny Frog.
Chelny Frog's other half finally appearing.
It's an IKEA frog. Some assembly is required.
Let's see if Moo does... Oh my goodness. Just the movement in this room is crazy.
And
he's trying to get enough height on rush there so the platform thinks that Mega Man fell all the way from the top of the screen. Saves a lot of movement. Oh my goodness. This stage is definitely like one of the make or break stages for getting a good time. Because even if you're only kind of going halfway at the top tier speed strats, it's very easy to just run out of weapon energy and not be able to do everything you want to do. It's
also, Mr. Cap, your microphone is getting a bit of static.
Sorry about that. Must be too close.
It's the excitement. Oh, Igor!
Igor, no! Stream pausing for him.
That flash freeze for a moment as the stream was being equalized. Like, oh, and he takes it. Oh boy.
Oh,
that is that. Yeah, this level is giving me Super Mario 3 flashbacks, where you jump on the jumpy blocks and just everything goes wrong.
Okay, he was using, he did not want to use his W tank early, I guess, and was almost out of impact. That's why he was using Torch. Moo in Fuse now, where you're going to see a lot of weapons get used, including Bounce. You already saw once or twice.
Yep.
Just for clearing out enemies on an angle, because you can shoot that weapon. You can shoot that weapon at it. Also, just destroys almost everything electricity. It feels like.
I believe I'm missing out on a Mega Man 11 meme here. ZX in chat.
Don't know that one.
I have no idea what they're talking about. I feel left out. Someone in chat explain it to me. Meanwhile,
not quite able to get all the rush coils there, but definitely still not wasting too much time.
It's not too terrible to be hit by those lasers. At least they're not the Quick Man lasers from Mega Man 2, where if you touch them, you die. Because that would be awful. And I'm surprised they actually didn't go for that.
Nah, that would be too much.
There's never too much. And remember Mega Man 1 where we didn't have iframes if you spikes? That was too much.
Yeah, I mean that's the first game of the series. They fixed that. They fixed that fast. Bouncy ball works on the Stomper. Still, I think the most surprising thing about this game to me.
Bouncy ball again with the name. Like, hey Dr. Light, what should we call this weapon? Well, it's a ball and it bounces, so bouncy ball. Okay, what should we call this one? Well, it drops blocks, so we're gonna call it drop block. You're getting senile, aren't you? Maybe a little.
Nah, I mean he's saying what it does. Moo getting a couple of power shots in there, and there's the third.
That fuse went out.
It's like not important to skip that phase for him so much as you're killing him faster that way, so why not? This is a speedrun.
Yep. Moo with a sizable lead right now, and no small thanks to Igor's 2 deaths just now. Plus he had a death early on. I haven't seen a single deathless race this entire tournament.
Oh, you missed my race then.
Feels bad, man. I did.
Moo into Acid Man stage. Another stage again, like really all the actual platforming stages throughout the rest of this game, you're just going to see all these weapons get used. There are a lot of just small, hard to kind of line up the shots enemies here in this stage, so bounce is useful, torch is useful, blast takes out the shielders. And oh yeah, impact's still here.
To be fair, Chelny, you saw what happened during your race. I mean, let's be honest.
More bounce here. Just makes it that much easier to take out everybody if you don't really have to aim half these shots.
So, wow, Moo.
How... He must have needed to shave there, going right up against those spikes like that. Didn't actually die, and just in the water, Fuse and Blast give Mega Man just a little extra height when you fire them, using that to get over those spikes well in less time than if he had used Impact. Also saves an Impact. When in doubt, use Tundra.
Yep, it works.
So this red water has a stronger current than the rest of the water in this game, so you have to be a little careful with how you're moving. This next room, the current actually is going to go up, which makes a few other tricks possible, but Rush Coil, Rush Jet even, still the best method. Igor into his Fuse Man fight, Moo almost into his Acid Man fight. Yeah, Igor has no hit points left.
Nope, you are correct. He has no.
And I think he got the double kill afterwards.
He indeed has no hit points left. Meanwhile, Moo is making short work out of Acid Man.
Yeah.
A full stage ahead.
Block just tearing that acid shield apart. And then a couple of power combos. Really, a lot of the boss fights in this game, for doing them quickly, do boil down to can you get that power buster combo in there to do 8 damage if you hit with both shots. But yep. Moo with quite the lead at this point.
Yep. And it's not exactly the shortest stage that he's had either, so... Ooh. It's, at this point, it is Moomoo's race to lose. Let's be honest, he would have to have several deaths in order for Igor to catch up. Also, that is absolutely not a commentator's curse. I don't know what you're talking about. Absolutely not.
It depends on the spot. Just the way weapon energy routing works in this game, there are just a couple of really bad spots. Granted, Wily 1 and Wily 2 for that matter, there are a lot of large drops just sitting out on the ground. So recovery might not be that hard. But Moomoo's through the first sort of dangerous section here. Obligatory Yoku block room.
I'm actually surprised they are used so sporadically in this game. Usually in most Mega Man games you see them more prominently used, but I guess someone on Capcom caught on.
I feel like Mega Man 4, 5, and 6 actually have like the one room of Yoku blocks in the Fortress stage, and they're just not really anywhere else. I'd rather they be in a few more spots, but I'm not terribly shocked, I guess, that it is that way.
To be fair, for this game, it wouldn't make sense to have more Yoku blocks. I mean, you have to rush Jet, you have to rush Coil, you have the impact weapon. I mean,
you have all those tools in a lot of the other games too, but they find a way to work them.
Yeah, but a lot of the other games, the rush Jet doesn't actually freeze in the air when you use it. It does so in Mega Man 3. I don't think it does so in Mega Man 4.
We've got to get you caught up on Mega Man 4 and 5 later. Anyway, Moomoo is working out the strat here to get those 4 grenades into place. Gets a second one. That will make it so I think it'll be the next phase of this.
Yeah.
He's supposed to get the kill. I forget at this point. This Easy Devil at this point just has so many quick kill variants. I've lost track of what's going on.
Yeah, ideally he gets them before they jump off the screen again. But, you know, this is still a good one.
You're into the Acid Man fight, working out those power combo shots. Goodbye, Acid Man. Moomoo, though, did have a very good Wily one, so things not looking good for Igor at this point. Whoa!
Did Igor enable his chat on screen? He did.
I think he's either got his chat, he's got a couple things going on. I'm not too worried about it. Moomoo just showing off all the weapons in this stage. You're mostly, again, seeing just impact and torch, block to take out a lot of the shielded enemies at a distance, blast taking out a lot of the bigger enemies. You really have to kind of have a good idea. You have to be able to master weapon switching to have a good time in this game.
Oh, yeah.
Just constantly switching around.
I'm sure at some point in this tournament we'll see someone switching to the wrong weapon mid-jump. Instead of impact, they'll get something else. We'll see it happen.
It's almost certainly already happened a few times. And there you even start getting Igor. Missed exactly what happened, but definitely fell into the gap.
Yeah, gravity is not his friend today.
He was too high right up at the last section and couldn't recover to hit impact again to get in. Moomoo on this last vertical climb. Easier than it looks. Not that it even looks that hard. It's Igor low on impact at this point because I saw him kind of jump and think about it and ended up not impacting.
Oh, Igor
might want to use Power Acid for a backup here. We'll see. There it is.
Good utilizing of his weapons there as a backup. Meanwhile, Moomoo at the boss fights.
Mavarine want to use bounce to open up that shell, and then other weapons to do massive damage.
Ooh, be careful, Moomoo.
Ooh. Oh, he used the double gear. But with the speed gear active, Mavarine's not going to respawn in time. It gets him out of danger, at least. Just feels unfortunate that he wasn't able to do any damage during that. I think it's 4 hit points or less. Mega Man is allowed to use both gears at once as a last-ditch desperation attack.
I think you're correct on that one, yeah. He has to be like in critical health for it.
So Igor going into the Easy Devil, Moo into the aforementioned spoilerific refights.
Oh no, bamboozled.
Fun fact about the refights, if you go left to right and then top to bottom, they're actually in weakness order.
Huh. Good guy, Dr. Wily. Taking speedrun strats into consideration.
Igor getting that quicker kill.
Yep. And Moomoo up for his second boss, Acid Man.
Most of these fights, there's really no change. I think the only fight that changes is actually Tundra. I'm probably slightly wrong on that at top tier strat. Even Impact having the weakness weapon.
Is
just
Moomoo
keep
playing
using
with
Buster.
Japanese?
You already saw that one.
Is he playing with Japanese voices on?
I'm not sure. I don't think I actually have his sound getting pumped into my ears.
I'm pretty sure he's playing with the Japanese one because I'm not hearing terrible puns in this game.
I'm sure there's still puns. Moomoo knowing where to stand, just dancing through all those grenades. This Igor working his way through Wily too. Making sure Moomoo doesn't make a mistake at least.
Yeah, I don't really think that Moomoo can make any sort of mistakes right now that would cost him the race. I mean, even if he doesn't get any of the quick kills, he is still a full stage ahead.
Well, you never know what happens on the Wily machine, but it seems unlikely.
And confirmation from Victorian Gaming, yes, it is the Japanese version.
Good Tundra refight.
Also, I'm still bothered by the fact that Mega Man can jump into spikes and die despite him wearing a helmet. I mean, I've said it before, but come on. Might as well not use a helmet. And that's another quick kill from
refight.
Yep.
Igor getting to Mauverine as well. Don't think there's much chance, much opportunity for him to save time here in this, but just going by pacing, he must have had a really good Wily too. And there's a quick kill on block.
Ooh, be careful.
Igor's got to keep his distance. That last shot.
Wow.
He had nowhere to land if that laser came out.
If he had aimed it slightly too high or too low, he would. But yeah, Moomoo at the final Wily stage.
There's a place where you actually do need speed gear to make that cycle. This is... You could stand on the platform and make this one long auto-scroller, or you can try and just dash ahead and see how many of the cycles you can skip. Rush not cooperating at all. I'm not sure how he didn't land on that platform.
That is a skipped cycle, but I'm not sure if it's the kind of skip he wants.
Well, it's a skip cycle, but I think he was looking to skip another cycle or two.
And Moomoo up on the Wily machine.
Wily machine, weak to a handful of things here. Acid and Blast, though, are at the top of the list. And both of these, if you can activate the power acid shield basically already inside Wily's hitbox, it does a lot of damage.
Coming up on time for a Moo right now.
Yep. There
Finish.
we go.
Splendid time, 35:06.
35:06. I'm looking at the leaderboard. It says 35:09. So congrats on the PB, Moo.
Yep, he finished in the green. So congrats, Moo, for that.
Very nice. Get the GGs out, chat. We'll switch over. I think we're going to get Igor's audio for the rest of the run.
Yep.
Igor not having an especially bad run. This game, again, just really punishing for any mistake.
It really is. I mean, he took the early deaths, and it was enough to set him back one full stage. And Moo having a flawless run. I don't think I've seen him have any deaths.
He had the death in Blockman stage. That was the only one.
Oh, right, at the very beginning, which cost him essentially like...
That cost him his 34.
Maybe 10 seconds, that death?
Certainly enough.
Yeah, he could have had sub 35 without that death.
Next time.
Yep.
Never want a PB by too much.
No. We gotta give the viewers something to look forward to. Let's see if we can get Igor into Discord. Or not Igor, Moo for a post-game talk.
We'll get Igor once he's done.
Yep.
Igor here didn't have block going into the room. One of the just little things in refights you might not even notice when you're watching a run. It is important to make sure you have the right weapon already equipped going into the room. You can get it switched pretty quickly, but it's always nice to just be able to start firing as opposed to saying, okay, wait, I hope my right stick is in the right position.
Okay. We are getting
fire immediately.
We are getting Moo on chat here. Welcome, Moo. Congrats on your victory, and congrats on your PB.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are currently, we are currently watching Igor finishing up. How was this race for you, Moo?
It was. I felt really good about it. Like the end game was kind of a mess, but I feel like I had a really strong run. Like if you can get through Impact and Tundra and you don't have like 10, 20 seconds of time loss, then I feel like that's when I'm like, okay, I can probably.
Of course, you don't want to have an unfortunate death on Blockman stage, like you did at the very beginning.
Yo, there was something shiny in that hole.
Was probably a penny.
Worth it.
Every time. Igor is almost done here. I've got it pulled up on my phone. Yo, good luck, man.
Yeah, he's got this. This game, as I'm sure you know, just punishing. He's hasn't had that bad of a run. Just mistakes end poorly in this game.
He had a few unfortunate deaths very early. That set him back, well, consistently, and you didn't really have any big mistakes, so he didn't really have a good chance to catch up to you.
That's this game. Is like everything costs you seconds and seconds. It's not like, you know, you have suboptimal movement and it's like whatever. But no. Like you miss something, you'll probably.
Alright, we're gonna watch Igor finish up this fight and see if he's willing to have a post-game talk. I'm not sure if that's what he wanted to use for a weapon.
He's just having a little bit of trouble getting acid to connect perfectly here. And now he's burned his gear out, so he's got to be a little careful.
Oh, that's really scary.
Yeah, having no gear in this last section can be a little scary. Block, not something I've seen used here yet, but it's working very well.
He has no energy tanks left, does he?
if you're doing this run, most of the time you will never actually get an E-Tank. Nice final charge there.
He gets
Oh my
points
god.
for style. He gets points for style there, and that is GG to Igor as well.
GG. Oh, I
Yo,
think
double
people do
beer.
know that Fuse has it does above average damage to the capsule, but when you go down the chart, Acid is best, Blast is second, and then you get to Fuse. Fuse, though, is definitely useful if you just need to get through those outer gears sometime. I think the thing that people always forget is that Tundra will do 1 hit point of damage, so sometimes you'll see people trying to figure out how am I going to do 1 more damage. Block here, actually, that was really...
I am checking to see if Igor is willing to join us. I'm not getting a response just yet.
He's
So-
here in chat. I'm not sure if he got the invite. I'm not sure he wants to show up, but either way.
Don't feel bad, Igor. It's mistakes can happen. You're not the first, and you won't be the last. It was still a good race to watch.
Shout outs to all the MM boys who showed up to watch.
Oh
See
yeah,
them all
definitely.
hanging out in chat.
So Moomoo, you got a shiny new PB. Do you feel like there's a lot of room for improvement?
Yeah, my sum of best is well over a minute lower than my actual PB. So it's kind of one of those things that I want to get at least a 34:30 or less, like somewhere around 34:10. Then I would be like, yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm not quite like Prissy or Fasto or QTT. They got those insane times. That's not my life right now.
Okay, we just got confirmation from Igor that he will not be joining this game, unfortunately. But we have his guarantee that he'll put out a better show in the losers bracket. So we will look forward to that one.
You will see that. Moomoo, you're looking forward at either Venoxus93, Square One, or Carter Freak, the top seed, who's out there in chat even right now. Don't know if you wanted to say anything to him, or if you're looking forward to that race.
And bring it on.
Oh,
Ooh.
Them's fighting words.
Always.
That's what we love to hear.
I want to see everyone give me their best.
So hopefully, hopefully we'll see both of you follow through on that. I
Harder in
know
chat.
Igor is. I'm looking at the bracket here. Igor is looking to get either Reeves, Venice Prince, or actually myself in the losers bracket. So we'll see what happens there as these these first round matches finally clear themselves out.
That is a solid question in chat, actually. If this is any percent, what constitutes as 100%?
Presumably buying a lot of things from the shop.
Who buys
Yeah.
items?
I imagine you would have to grind a lot of bolt.
It would have to be figured out.
I did see someone post a run of it before, and it was pretty low.
I think you would have to do it on a Saturday. Or at least make the console
the
Saturday.
weekend stretch.
Well, not even that. There's actually an item you can only purchase on Saturdays.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's not even the weekend discounts on weekends and Wednesdays, strats.
Well, you heard it here, folks. If we're gonna have 100%, it's probably gonna be in the weekend.
All right, I think that is all I've got.
Thanks
yeah.
both of you for doing the commentary.
It was absolutely my pleasure. It was a fun race to do commentary on. But
Indeed.
yeah, I'm pretty much done with anything as well. So shout out to Mr. Cap for his excellent co-commentary with me. Shout out to Moo and Igor for their great race, even if Igor might not feel that way. It was still a good race to watch, and we wish you the best in the continuing in the follow-up races.
Thank you.
And speaking of which, do we have any races planned out? We have a race upcoming Wednesday between Reeves and Venice Prince at Wednesday, February 6th at 11:59 a.m. I'm saying that just to make sure we got the right date. The channel and commentary have not been defined yet, so we'll catch you up on that on a later moment. But so far we have not any other races planned out yet.
Yeah, they'll start moving along again pretty soon, I'm sure. I don't think there's anything coming up here on Speed Gaming Prime.
Not for another hour.
Okay.
We have a Super Mario 3 randomizer in an hour, so that might be interesting for other people. Always fun to watch.
All right, we gotta get that on the schedule here.
Wait, why is the schedule changed?
See, there are some randomizer races across the Speed Gaming family of networks going on right now, so there's definitely content to see.
Yeah, 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. we have the SMB3 randomizer. We of course have our daily Link to the Past races, which are almost every day. And we have a special later tonight at 10 p.m. on Speed Gaming 2, I believe. Yes. The Zelda 1 randomizer weekly race to Groundhog's Day round 2. I have no idea what that entitles, but it's
Groundhog's Day race yesterday was a Zelda 1 randomizer race where 45 minutes into the race, all runners were required to basically reset. Or at least 45 minutes into their current reset. You're allowed to reset whenever you want. But basically, much like the movie Groundhog's Day, history has to start at the beginning of the day every so often. But every time the runners restart, they still have their knowledge. It's the same seed. So the goal is to beat Ganon and complete the seed in less than 45 minutes.
Okay, that is an amazing concept.
That sounds really interesting. Wow.
It's a lot of fun. It forces you to have that good note-taking and randomizer so that you know, the statement is always you can't speedrun a randomizer, but you can speedrun a specific seed. And that's what that is.
Oh, also, Reeves is correcting me right now. The race is not on Wednesday, February 6th at 12 a.m., but it will be on Tuesday, 11:59. But I hate it when they put midnight on a race. But yes, it'll start when Wednesday starts. I think that's a better estimation. But yeah, I'm pretty much done here.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and sign out from here. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. Do you have anything to say, Mr. Cap? Any shout-outs to communities, peoples, family members?
Shout-outs to Baby Cav, I guess. I don't know. Shout-outs to Speed Gaming for hosting the tournament. Shout-outs to the organizers, the restreamers, everybody behind the scenes. Always shout-outs to tech. Shout-outs to our runners. Follow them again. I'm gonna type the letters here in chat one more time. There you go. And follow Speed Gaming too. Why not? Also Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 3.
Yeah, we kind of need to shout them out too. We currently have 6 active channels, I think, with 3 more in the waiting list.
And I think the Ocho exists.
Oh, I know they exist. They're just not in use yet. I'm actually no longer sure about that, but we have 8 channels at least, so have fun with that. But I am gonna sign off now. Thank you,
go eat dinner.
Yep, enjoy your dinner.
I hear there's some other event going on tonight that people are watching, so we'll see.
All right.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night, and thank you for joining us. Enjoy your weekend, and see you next race.